Hello and welcome back to Cottrell's Hunting and Trapping Outdoors. What I'm going to do here today, I've got some trout in this bag and I'm going to put them in this jar and try to render the oil out of them. And I can use that oil in some of my stuff that I make up. But I'm going to take the guts and the tails and the heads off these trout and put in here. And that's what I'm going to do here today. And then later on in this video, you'll see I'm going to do my compass set and show you how I do it. And I will have that on this video. And plus this weekend I have to go check my trail cameras and we'll see what we have on them. That will be on this video. But I got my Weeby knife here and I'm going to get to work on this. I'll show you a little bit of the process there. And if any of you have ever tried to render out trout oil or anything like that, if you watch this video, please let me know in the comments if I'm doing it the right way. This is all trial and error, and this is what I'm trying to do here. See if I can just make me up a bait that I can use here where I trap at and call it my own, and maybe someday get it out there on the market for you all to watch or you all to use. So that's what I'm trying here. Don't know if it will ever happen or not, but that's what I want to try here. So we'll get off here and we'll get started with this. I cut the tails off, I cut the head off. Then I gut these things out. Then I chunk them up. Just like this. Now what I will do with these fish heads and tails, I don't throw them away. I save everything that I can. I'll put it in this jar right here and I will make me some mink bait out of that. I might need another jar, but I put that down in there like that. Put some salt in them. Shake them up. And I'll use that to try to catch some mink with these. Okay, I'm back. It's about a week later since you see me chopping the fish up. I didn't get to put anything out there last week. My boy, he was practicing football and broke his legs, so I've been kind of busy. I haven't, but anyhow, I woke up this morning and this is what the cat had out here for me. So what I'm going to do with that mouse, I'm going to try this. I'm just trying this, and I'm going to go out and trap a few more mice, but I'm going to put that mouse in that jar right there and put some vodka over it and try to extract the juice off of these mice. I'm going to try this and then I will use that in my lure and baits if it works. But I'm just trying this. I'm experimenting with this and we'll see what happens here. I'll take you along on the process of this. And I'll just put enough in there to cover him up. But right there it is. And I just got enough to cover him up, and if I get any more, I'll throw them in this jar and I'll let them extract out. But I got me a wide mouth jar here, and we'll just try this. We'll see if it works. So you stay tuned and we'll see what happens here. Okay, I'm up here at the hunting camp today. Well, I had to help do some stuff out there at the cabin. We set some posts, but anyway, I come out here, come right out this road right here, and I dug me a post hole here, and I put some of my lure down in there, and then I'm going to go home and get some of my bait and put down in that hole. But I left that roughed up like that, and we have a trail camera right up there on that tree right up there, if you can see that there. And we're gonna see if anything comes in here and investigates this hole here. But I dug that hole out just like you dig a post hole out, and it's down to about elbow deep. That's all the deeper I could get after I hit roots. But I'm going to come back up here and put some bait in there, and we'll watch this hole, and maybe we'll get some pictures here of coyote investigating this, or a bobcat. And I'll rig up my trap bed dug out there, no trap in it, but we'll if they start hitting this, then I'll come back up here during trapping season and I'll set a trap here. But I'll have to dig this out a little bit more, and I want that trap to sort of set on an angle like that, so when they get down in there, it will catch them. But we'll see what happens here. I'm going to go put one more of these out down in the meadow there, and that's all I'm going to do up here. But I'm right here on this ridge, and we got a road coming out right here. Well, I'm going down and put another hole in down here in the meadow out that way. But right here's what I was doing up here today. We were setting these posts up. This is where we're going to build a thing to put our generator in to run the power in the cabin. But we're building a little building there to put our generator in. So I was up here helping my dad and my brother and my nephew set these posts. I'm out here tonight getting ready to show you how I do my compass set, and I'm just out in the corner of my yard here, and right there's a deer coming in. We've got about 5 or 6 of them that come in here every night, and that's pretty neat. Right here is one of the reasons why I trap, to try to help our deer out and our turkeys out. But anyhow, I'm out here tonight, and I'm gonna show you how I do my compass set. I wanted to show you all this. It's been a couple weeks since I've been on here, so I'll show you how I do my compass set. We'll get this trap set, and then I'll get the trap bed dug out here, and I'll show you how I do it. Always make sure that trap pan is level. And what I'm using a Duke 1 3/4 trap. I'll get my trap bed dug out here, and I'm gonna set this trap right here, and I'll show you how I do this. Down in there, and if I was going to stake this, I would stake this thing right down in the center right there, and that's how I do that. But for the sake of just showing you how I do this, we'll just put the chain underneath there. But I try to dig me a little pit out right here. Got me a hole right here under this trap. But we'll set that in there, and you always want to make sure this trap is bedded solid. And like I said before, I like to take extra 10 minutes if I have to make sure this thing is bedded solid. This ground's kind of dry, but we'll see if we can make this work here. Okay, that trap is solid. That's how you want that. Okay, I got that trap solid right there. Now what I do, I take my piece of wax paper and I put that over that. It's what I cover my traps with. And I'll get another little piece and put right here. But I want that trap covered with that wax paper. Then what I do, I start covering that up. Some more dirt, but you want to cover that trap up good. Take all your rough edges off. And like I said before, you get down here where the pan is. Right there's my pan. So what I do, I cover that back up. I know that's where my pan is. And this can actually be pretty flat, or however you want it. But then I cover my trap up, and there you see it. And if it was ideal conditions, I'd have this smoothed off. This trap would be level with this ground right here. But this ground's so hard right here, this is what I'm dealing with. It's awful dry here. Okay, what I do here, when I make my compass set, I know my pan's right here. So I'll drive a hole in the ground right here. And that's all the bigger hole I'll put in. Then I go up here and I put another hole in. Just put a punch hole in. And then I go over here, do the same thing. Then I come right here and do the same thing. But anyhow, I put a hole here, a hole here, and a hole here, and one right here. And usually what I will do, I put 2 baits in and 2 lures. But I put 2 baits in and 2 lures. And what I'll do, I'll put a bait up here, and either a bait here or here, or I'll put a bait here and a bait here, and then my 2 lures on the ends right there. But that's how I do my compass set. I have caught bobcats in this before, and I have 4 different smells in there. I'll use one type of bait here and one type of bait here with totally different smells. And I'll usually use me a lure that has bobcat gland in it, and then maybe a food call lure in this hole or that hole. But that's how I do that. I have caught bobcats on this set before, and then what I do is same as before. If I'm out in the grass, I'll blend that trap in. Like this, and I will have the grass chopped up a little bit better, but we're just doing this for teaching purposes. But I blend that trap in with the ground, and then I'll cover these holes up, because like I said before, here in West Virginia you can't have no bait exposed, or because of the birds of the air, and you don't want them getting into it. But this is how I do my compass set. I will show you, the next one will be how I do my flat set, and then that's basically the 3 sets I use. So I hope y'all got something from this, and like I said, I'm just showing you what sets I use most of the time on my trap line. But anyhow, I'm going to end this video here. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the stuff on it. I started making this video a couple weeks ago, and I'm just now getting it out. My boy had went back to Beckley this morning. He had been in for a month, and he went back to college. So I've been spending some time with him, and in the meantime, my other son had broke his leg at playing football. So it's been kind of tough to get a video out here, but I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I will see y'all on the next one, and may the good Lord bless you all.